is I'm going to give you a word, and then I'm going to ask you to populate the chat with the first color you think of when I say that word. Does that make sense? So I'm going to give you a word. It'll be on the screen, and then populate the chat with what you think that word, what color that word you associate with that word. Make sense? All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? That's my Austin coming out.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Trust. The word trust. What color comes to mind? Oh my God, look at that. Blue, blue, navy, yellow, blue, some green in there, pink, blue, some yellows, some browns, some purples. Oh, this is great. Nice. Someone wrote everyone. All of the colors. Nice. Swirling azure. Nice, Bruce. I could tell that was your answer. All right. Well, there's been studies done about this, and look at this. What you would assume is the case here. Many of you said blue, a little bit of green, and some yellow. Those are the sort of in a world where we're not communicating verbally. This color world, isn't that fascinating? That's the actual sort of data behind that particular thing, that you all first thought of blue when I said the word trust. All right, next word, you ready? Next word is cheap or inexpensive. Cheap or inexpensive. I love how the chat's just exploding. Orange, green, yellow, green, gray, red, yellow. I can hardly keep up. Yellow, lots of yellows.
Yellow, green, orange.
Lots of yellows and oranges. Love it. Well, wouldn't you know that yellow and orange are also basically out of I think 250 participants in this particular study, yellow and orange kind of came up. Now, it does not mean that that's the right answer. There's no right answer. It's design, right? It's the psychology of color. You could have come up with blue and been in that 2% right there. There's nothing wrong with that. But I find it fascinating how that's a nonverbal communication happening. All right, I got 4 more words. Ready? The next one is fun. Fun. Wow, I love how the chat's exploding. Yellow, blue, yellow, pink. It's hard to keep up. Yellow, orange, yellow, a lot of yellows. Lots of, yeah. Don't be shy. Make sure your vote is heard. Speaking of voting, make sure your vote on color is heard. You would be right about that too, basically. Yeah, the big ones there were yellow, orange, and red. I find that also kind of fascinating. I like to think that the lesson here is that fun is cheap. You can always have fun on the cheap. Next one, high quality. When I say high quality, whatever that means to you, what color comes to mind? Black, purple, lots of purples. You know, purple's a very kind of royal color as well. Think of the Hallmark logo. The actual Hallmark logo is purple and has a little crown. Lots of purples I see here. Silver, gold. Why, yes, you would be correct about that. Black here was the big one here. Lots of grays and blues, but that's high quality. All right, 2 more quickly. The next one is speed. Speed, when I say the word speed, what color comes to mind? My chat can hardly keep up. Red, silver. I see lots of reds. Yellow, green, blue, kind of all over the map here, actually. Nothing wrong with that. Red, blue. Any others? The results for speed are primarily red, 76% red. All right, 1 more. Let's say you're in a car with a young person. The next thing that follows speed is fear or terror. Fear or terror. What color do you think of? Look at red all over the board. Red, green, red, red, maroon. I like a little hairy, nice job. Black, red, black, purple. Yep, fear or terror, primarily red and black. But isn't that interesting though, that's the psychology of color, that all I gave you was 1 word and most of you came up for the most part with the same colors when you associate colors and words together. There's a whole psychology to that. Whoops, I just went too far. The whole psychology to that, and companies, by the way, have figured this out. Whether you know it or not, you're being sort of preyed upon. Certain companies know that red for Target logo basically is eye-catching, right? Green, associated with primarily with companies that have some connection to the earth, except for maybe BP or something. There's some connection to the earth there. Yellow and brown and that shield in the UPS there in the top. That shield and those colors together give you a sense of security. And my goodness, UPS wants to give you a sense of security that yes, your package will arrive on time. So whether you know it or not, you as an audience have been non-verbally communicated with by companies for your entire life, really. So I think that's kind of fascinating. I'm going to ask you really quickly what is described, and the first person to type it in the chat, I don't know, wins my complete adulation. You get an A in the class. No, I'm kidding. So I'm going to give you a description of something, right? First person to type it in the chat wins this particular competition. You ready? The set of points in a plane that are equidistant from a given point. The set of points in a plane. Circle. Emily Lynn. Nice job, Emily Lynn.
This is like Jeopardy.
Yeah. It is like Jeopardy. So, but look at that. So the point I'm trying to make is I could have just shown you a circle and you actually process that much, much faster than that lengthy description I just gave you. In fact, there's a name for that. It's called the picture superiority effect. Here a person recalls images more quickly, 6 times more easily than text. And you process those images much, much quicker. So that picture superiority effect actually has a stake in your life, basically. That's they've done studies where they will show, let's say, a picture of an animal and a word, and after I think it's 3 days later, 65% of individuals remember the combination of that picture and that word together than if I just had the word. I think an important part of teaching actually is to associate not only what we're trying to teach, as you've seen in Bruce's presentation and mine, is that we're talking, we're having text, but we're also having images to kind of drive the point home, and it's locked into your memory much longer. This kind of touches on what design is as a visual language. And I think, again, this is kind of the